Again, back to this coordinated response and approach to the entire matter, because those who might say it may sound basic, but the military should be able to, since you have this response now, the signature of some of these bombings, the IEDs, are you tracking them to know that, well, if this happened, this is where it comes from? If it's not manufactured in Nigeria or Africa, have they been able to go to the manufacturers, trace the identity of those who purchased it, see that line? How did it get to Nigeria?
That brings me to the issue of small arms proliferation in West Africa. And in fact, in this sub-region, our borders are porous, we all know that. If you track an IED to a country, what can you do about the black market where these things are available for everyone to purchase? Yes, you can track that a certain piece of equipment comes from country A, B, or C. But what do you do when you also know that there's a black market somewhere where these things could easily be purchased?
It's not possible to...
So the problem is not only that of Nigeria as far as small arms proliferation is concerned. It's an international problem, which we must partner with other organizations worldwide.
They're offering to help. There's the Israel, EU. Are we taking advantage of those offers?
We are. We are.
Are we compounding problems? I don't know if you've been seeing stories now. They say people should volunteer information. Haven't you heard of the worry by some Nigerians that some ex-militants are being given to take charge of some places like the waters and some other places in the country? Are they the new police or the new navy?
They cannot be new police or new navy. For heaven's sake, these ex-militants are Nigerians. Something had happened, and there's a total reorientation. They are ours. You can bath the baby and throw the baby with the water and everything away. No. They are new Nigerians. They are responsible people now. So you can use them. I mean, even an ex-convict could still be reintegrated into society. So it's not a big problem at all, using ex-militants to maybe clear right of way or to guard certain places. No. It's not a big problem, really. They are not new navy or new police, as you want to call them. No. They are Nigerians and working for Nigeria.
What challenge can you say is being faced by the security agencies in this fight?
We want the civil society to wake up and assist us too. That's a big challenge. We need more intelligence. We need more information. People should stop housing criminals.
So from what you've seen, some societies house these people?
Well, you see, when you say some societies house these criminals...
Or some people?
Yeah, some people, I would say. Some people do. Because they are not just coming out of the blues. They are not.
Well, it's really hard. Sorry, Marco, because Nigerians, this is just not the first time we've heard from the government quarter, and we still insist. If they have come up to tell the people that we know these people, then it shouldn't be the work of these ordinary Nigerians to fish them.
A lot has been done.
Then it must be the work of the government. If you know I'm a bad guy, hey, come on, you take me out. You know my place where I stay.
Yeah, a lot has been done.
So before they say we know these people, they should be able to go after them.
A lot has been done. That I can confirm to you. A lot has been done. A lot has been done. Once you hear the security agencies say we know these people, they pick them. A lot has been done. And I want to commend our colleagues out there, other agencies, for doing very well in this line. A lot has been done. I can confirm to you that.
Yeah, but what importance or emphasis is being laid on the attempt to make Nigerians appreciate what is being done? Because you're also losing lives here.
Yeah. We're losing life, but I want to confirm that in no distant future, very, very soon, this will be a thing of the past.
It's not just lives.
I can assure you that.
You know, it's not just lives.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yes, Chamberlain, it's not just lives alone. Confidence, which is a very important ingredient that Nigerians should have in security agencies, are also being lost. I don't know if words alone can do it anymore. What else can we do aside what we say?
Well, yes, our colleagues being gunned down and so on.
Because they will definitely say...
It's the ultimate price, really. It's the risk in the profession.
They were saying if security agencies are their primary target and they're getting away with it, I mean, they're doing it coordinated, it's so smooth, and they're getting away with it, then how much more everyday, ordinary Nigerians?
Well, they're getting at security agencies. But then, like I said, we're going through a phase. Once we realize that this is their target, you will definitely see some reviews, some restructuring, and so on and so forth. It has to be countered. It has to be countered, and it will be countered. That I can assure you.
Okay, well, perhaps maybe much later you do well to get those numbers so that we can get it across to Nigerians.
Oh, the numbers, yeah.
Okay, but what about the response time? The response time, are they working on constantly improving?
That's why we call them the quick response group.
Okay.
They are very flexible, very mobile, very efficient.
What's the average response time for any scenario?
Depends on the distance. You might be here and you call for a QRG support, maybe in Aja. You will not expect the same as if you had called for the same around Lagos Island. It depends on the distance,
Okay, but are you going to get, okay, maybe you have them, helicopters to improve on that, just put in place structure, because I mean, if you have traffic jam, you have to wade through all of this.
Yeah, if you see what entails around Jos and some other places, Meduguri, you will find out that the Army has air support. We have been supported by our colleagues in the Air Force. Seriously. There are helicopters.
Well, specifically the Canno blast, has there been any kind of arrest? Was anyone killed? Because after the bomb blast, the exchange of gunfire, did any of these Boko Haram members...
for the Canno blast,
yes,
investigations are ongoing. So
was anyone,
I want to comment on that
was
now.
any of the members hit? Because they kept on shooting there.
Yeah.
So was anyone hit?
There were casualties on both sides.
On both sides?
Yeah.
I know you know about the question, the attitude Nigerians have, or the impression, I should say, they have about the Nigerian police. Is that a real concern for you? Because if they've got to come forward with recommendations, response, they may just inadvertently extend that to the quick response group. Are you concerned about that?
Well, I'm here for and on behalf of Nigerian Army, and
what about the quick response group?
I will not want to get involved.
No, but you can talk about the
talking for any other agency for now, and for obvious reasons. Nigerians are entitled to hold whatever opinions they want to hold on any of us as security agencies. But then, what I want to say in simple terms is that they should have more confidence in us, no matter what it is.
Apart from the training going on in Jaji, do we have some officers in the army who have been trained before now on the fight against terror?
Yeah, a lot. We've had officers in the army. Remember our division in the south east, the 82 division of all used to be called the 82 composite division. Composite means we have what? The airborne, specialist forces, and so on. So we have officers who were trained in Korea, the US, and even back in Jaji here. We have a counter-terrorist division that has existed for long. Airborne division, counter-terrorist division in Jaji. They've been training officers and retraining officers. But like you all agree with me, this is a completely new phenomenon in our lives, this terror fight. So all we're doing now is to regroup and retrain officers and men who have done this counter-terrorist course and these specialist courses. And in fact, they are being supported by new organizations like the War Dog Station the Army just established. If you understand. Some of these things really will depend on human intelligence, but you still need some of these dogs, sniffer dogs, to do some specialist, give some specialist support.
I mean,
that's
today,
what we're on to now.
Today it was highlighted in the dailies how They use all these fizzy drinks, using them as IEDs. You've talked about the civil society getting more involved in this. What other kinds of response? I mean, what should we look out for? If we see something funny, you talked about the building. What else? What kinds of things should we look out for in order to warrant the civil society calling the security agencies?
Yeah. The terrorist has been paid to take his life and the life of another person. So he knows no bounds. You see him. He's an extremist in philosophy, in thought, and his deeds. They're just not normal people. You can easily identify them. I mean, as Nigerians, we know who is doing what and who is not. I mean, look at how a simple pensioner will open his or her window, he sees someone being dragged out of his house and taken away, just pick a call, a telephone, and make a call to the police. Look, I saw something next door and I'm not sure that's the correct thing to do. You wouldn't know. You see someone come into a compound, he has a lot of small gadgets, containers, sharp objects, cutlasses, and so on. He's not a farmer, he's gathering all kinds of things. Or even you go to places where you relax and you see people behaving odd. I mean, you should report all those things.
And are we still...
They look simple though. But when it happens, the backlash is enormous.
Are we still looking at Nigerians? Do we suspect Nigerians now? Because before now, we had thought that this...
Suspect Nigerians?
Yes, before now, we had thought that these acts were carried out mostly by foreigners who, came through our borders. Are we beginning to think that Nigerians could be involved in this?
Nigerians are involved. Nigerians are involved.
This is not just about...
But it's unfortunate. You bring someone from outside to help you destroy your own people. It's unfortunate. So the involvement of Nigerians is most unfortunate. Foreigners may be a handful.
How far have we gone with our international cooperation? I remember one time Algeria was saying that the network Boko Haram could actually be affiliated with its own Akim, the terrorist group it also has to battle with. Yeah, so and they think that it might be they have a training camp in Mauritania. Are we beaming our searchlights to other African countries, especially the ones that border us in the west as well?
We are.
How far have we gone?
Our border patrols are becoming more robust with the support of the army. They're becoming more and more robust. But see, the thing is this. They go for training outside. Okay. But we have embassies everywhere. What are our embassies doing? Also. That's the question.
What do you want our embassies to do?
Oh, more information.
But
you travel out, you get into a country, the embassy must know who you are and what you've come to do there. I do not know if they do that. I can't confirm.
Okay.
But I think this issue of linking what is happening to Al-Qaeda in Islamic Maghreb or Akim or whatever, sometimes I want to look at those analyses as just being purely academical. Nobody has come with real evidence to say this is what entails. Nobody has told us that.
Not even when the government of the country raises those kinds of suspicion. This time around, it was the Algerian government that actually said that they have a very strong suspicion that it could actually be very related.
No, I can't confirm that.
But there was a time that the word came from security agencies in the country that they also suspect that there's some sort of foreign support and that they will investigate
you see,
it.
Structurally, some of these things have some linkages per culture and some other affiliations. So it is always safe to say organization A in Nigeria is linked to B elsewhere. I mean, that's just all I can say for that.
Do you have trainings for the civil society? Because there was one that was held recently, I think it was in Jos, where they had this session with the civil society group telling them, well, this is what happens with this scenario, you can look forward to this or look out for this. If you see this kind of matter, here's what you do. That kind of interface.
That is mainly what the Civil Military Affairs Department of the Army is out to do now.
Okay.
And they are doing it. We started in December. We held seminars in Abuja, sensitizing the civil populace on what to look out for, on what to do when the need arises. So we are ongoing now, as far as that is concerned.
Where else are they going to be holding it?
Oh no. There is a deliberate plan now for the information department and the military intelligence department to go around and talk to both soldiers and those living around us in the civil society. Nationwide campaign.
So
right from this January, yeah.
Okay, this is not going to be left to the soldiers in the civil, I don't know what you call their name now. The soldiers who were engaging in the training and the seminar, it's not going to be left to them alone. It's going to be the responsibility of every soldier.
I beg your pardon, responsibility?
You were saying that, you know, that was the training that we saw.
Yeah.
Was the job of a particular arm of the army.
Yep.
I'm asking now, is it going to be something that they're going to bring to every part of the country? But it seems you're saying that it's going to be the responsibility of every soldier.
Not the responsibility of every soldier. What I said was that the Department of Information, that's my department, and that of the military intelligence, we have been taxed. We went around the formations and talk to our personnel. And in so doing, we also talk to communities around us and sensitize people about this security awareness program. That's what I've said.
Okay. What was the language used? Do you speak it in their mother tongue?
Right now we have right now we have billboards, flyers, handouts, and so on in about 4 Nigerian languages. Now we're going to put all over the place. Our cantonments, way outside our cantonments, and so on.
Because we wonder if they really go into those villages, for instance, in Canno, in those places where some people don't understand English as the spoken language. And,
remember,
and some of them can't even read and write.
Remember, that is just Nigerian Army. It is not National Orientation Agency or Ministry of Information. We're doing a small bit. That's just what I've confirmed now. But what you are talking about is a holistic problem, a program that should be or could be carried out by a federal government agency that is charged with that responsibility. But in our own small way, as the army, the People's Army, that's what we are doing for now.
Have you seen any trace of political twist in all of this? Maybe in any of your sessions or investigations or strategy sessions, as it were?
Political twist. We're all political animals. Is there anything we do that is not clouded in politics?
So there's politics in
Yeah,
this?
life is all about politics, religion, and so on and so forth. So it's left for you to look at the handwriting on the wall. That's what I can say.
So there's a lot of political handwriting on this wall?
Well, there might be.